All right. Y'all ready? Who do you
Let
want
me
to start with?
let me pull yours up first. Hold on.
All right, I just started recording, so
All right, well, we can do. I'll go with Brandon's review first.
Okay.
Are you good with Brandon?
Yeah, I am.
I was reading up your paper. It's pretty good for so far. I have the first thing I noticed, like that big graph that you can do to either graph or a table. You did a table, right? So just delete the graph. That's what Dr. Picker always told me. Like all the red stuff and graphs that you're not using, delete it. So
Okay.
that's, I don't have anything major. Then I have, where is it? So I'll start off with content. Task 4 is aligned with the course content and appropriate sources. You have quite a few of the graphs and artifacts, so it really every little thing that you provided is supports the narrative and everything that you said. Rubric. The artifacts you provided shows that you understand the needs and the solution for the PLC team. The candidate's work as a leader is evident. The PLC has already started to execute your plan. You guys doing it, the math improvement, right? The math grade.
Yeah.
The rubric weakness. I didn't really see anything. The only thing is, like, I'm not familiar with the Ames web software, so maybe you can add as far as like what it is. I don't know what else to say.
Okay.
Maybe a sentence what it does. It says something about progress reports. Is that the only thing that you do?
Well, yeah, it allows you to progress monitor how the students are performing regarding whatever strand you're currently working on, whether it be the computational fluency or concepts and application. A lot of people use it to progress monitor their special, or I'm having a brain, special education students.
Oh, okay. See, we
Yeah.
never use it, so the only thing, like I said, I thought about it. I said, maybe you can just tell us what it is. Because
Okay.
we use something, I guess something similar, but here in North Carolina it's something else.
Gotcha.
Put that down as well because um, coming from elementary, I'm totally not sure about that because you're what, middle school?
No, I'm elementary too.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in high school, but like I said, the only thing, like, as far as where it says weaknesses, so I would just add like a sentence or two,
Okay.
really. Leadership is demonstrated in your task 5. Everything you pinpointed is part of the leadership. You have provided all that. Mechanics and grammar, I think it's all good. I didn't see any errors, but then I'm not very strong in the grammars and stuff, so I didn't see anything that caught my eye, like right off the top.
I'm pretty sure that it was there. It was I was playing catch up this weekend, trying to do 3 and 4 today. So
Yeah, I was doing the same thing when I did mine, and Dr. Pickard, like, he just pinpoints like right on point stuff, and I'm like, I thought I put an error, like a grammar and stuff, but organization, I think it was great. Like I said, the only thing I would delete the stuff that you don't use, the graph. If you're using the table, just take out the graph
okay.
because you did that, and they said there's one at the very end. It says is highlighted in yellow right after resources. You
Mm-hmm.
put there's establishing a shared vision of learning. You just need to double space it
Okay.
because it's just you try to finish. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just push that down task 5, so this way you know that it's part of the task 4. Basically, that's it. That
Okay.
would be part of the organization, and I think your APA formatting is good. I think Dr. Pickett had told me, like, as far as like when you have a graph or a table, you normally put like a sentence or two, like figure 1 and then what it is, figure 2 and what it is. He
Okay.
had told me in task maybe 2 or 3 to do that. So
Okay.
that's the only thing that I had caught. But other than that, it looks good. Good
Okay.
job.
Thank you.
I could say the same thing. I mean, what Christina just stated for you, Brandon, was pretty much what I placed on your peer review as well. So I don't feel that I need to really be redundant on what she stated.
Okay.
Okay. Tawanda, I'm going to do your peer review if that's okay with you.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So what I've noticed that you do not have any errors thus far, what I have seen as far as
Mhm.
any mechanical errors or things such as that. I do feel that in your narratives, they are organized. It's a very easy flow. I'm able to follow it without any hesitations. I know that you are still working on some of the things that you're trying to tweak right now, but thus far you stayed on point. You have given you the action plan that you're given, and the action plan seems to be I think you need to expound on that
Mhm.
some.
Okay.
Um, but other than that, I'm looking at the media specialist.
hmm
So exactly what were you going to do with the media specialist for your action plan? I mean, is she going to be in conjunction with the other teachers, or is
Well,
that
well, the media specialist, I'm the technology teacher, and then we have the media specialist. We're going to work together and create a lesson plans that will help improve student reading stamina and identifying main ideas. So my project with me, I'm going to do coding. So after they do a code read, they're going to code. With her, after they get through reading, they're going to do like a hands-on project with whatever they read.
so with you explaining that, I totally understand where you're going,
Okay. Okay. All right.
So other than that, I mean, I'm not seeing anything because I know that you're still finishing this up.
Mhm.
But it looks pretty much okay with me. You're following the APA format. You don't have any citations, and I'm not sure if you even have to have any citations
Okay.
with it. Have either of you heard whether you must have that?
So what?
Well, I was going to go back and incorporate some more because I want to talk about scaffolding and modeling. At the beginning, I didn't know how to tie it all together yet.
Okay.
So I do have references.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
we did include a reference,
Say
or
it again.
I said I think that we did have to include some type of reference when we talked about action plans at least.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's one thing. That's the first part where the importance of the action plan. I think give some background information about that.
Okay.
With all the other areas, I think you have those aligned with the expectations.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Can I do Christina?
Sure.
All right, Christina, this is what I have for you. For content, I put based on the requirements for this assignment, the content is aligned with the course content. You supported your thoughts with articles you read. Rubric strength, I put your language from the rubric. It was written well. You did a great job explaining yourself. Your weakness, and in one area, you on page 7, you have you started talking about efficacy. And if you can get something to support that, I think it would be stronger.
Okay.
That's on page 7. Your leadership, it was great. You explained how you're going to collaborate with other teachers. For mechanics, I put down on page 1, let me see. It says, by definition, collaborative learning defines as to have students to work together in a small group and to achieve learning goals together. I don't know why I put maybe reword the sentence.
Okay. I'll look into it. You said first page, right?
Yeah,
Page one.
page 1, yes. And then on page 2 and 3, I was not sure about this sentence in the page. Teachers need to be aware that simply exposing a student to information is not a guarantee that it will reach the personal emotional threshold of the learner's personal importance. I'm not sure if you left out a word where it says personal importance at the end of the sentence.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Looks like I did.
Okay.
Okay.
And on page 2, after choice, I think you need an S there. I don't know exactly where the choice is. I just know it's on page 2.
Okay. I'll look at it. Thank you.
Okay. And I think there's a few more, but there are a couple on page 8. It says technology equipment be provided to ensure the sessions are ran smoothly. I kind of rewrote the sentence just as a maybe you can use that in place on page 8.
Okay.
And the artifacts, they were good. And then on page 2, where you started talking about Marzano,
Uh-huh.
I think the parentheses supposed to go inside the period, and that was it.
Oh, yeah.
But that's it.
Okay, let me ask you all a question. On my paper, I talked about according to, and I used the Ubin, Hughes, and Norris.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we do that, do we list all 3 of the authors, or should I have just placed one author?
In the beginning, when you first cite the source, you have to do all 3, and then after that,
Okay.
you don't have to list all 3. I just don't know exactly how it's supposed to be formatted.
I think you list the very first one that's that you listed, and then it would be followed by et al.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I seen it. I think I saw it on your paper, Brandon.
Yeah, because it had too many. I wasn't even trying to list out all those.
I did see it, and I actually wrote it down. It's like, that's what I need to write it.
Yeah. So
I also did a peer review on yours. So if I could just follow up just briefly with what Tawanda left off. I thought that yours was excellent. It actually made me reflect on what I put in my own and like as far as the content, I said you did an awesome job composing your narrative, and I was very impressed with how you detailed the reason behind your action plan, using that research on the brain and automaticity, and that you use plenty of resources to back up your statements regarding the need for your action plan. I said that your strength was that it was very well organized and the content was aligned to the task, and overall you did a wonderful job ensuring that you used the references to back up your claims. When I first completed it for the weakness, I said that I didn't identify any weaknesses, and then I took a nap. And when I woke up to prepare for this, I went back and reread it, and I would agree with everything that Tawanda listed as far as just the mechanics and the rewording. So I will, I guess, provide you with an updated peer review, but I definitely agree with those statements because after reviewing it, I made several of those recommendations myself that Tawanda made for you.
Okay.
But it's very evident that you are the leader of this PLC.
Yeah.
And I just, I really wanted to commend you because I was like, gosh, I feel like I just all the way over after reading it.
Yeah, I told you she did a great job. Very, very good job.
It took me forever, but now I'm stuck on a task 5.
Look, worried about task 5 just yet.
I need to go back in and adjust some things for task 4. So,
I will look at yours, Sheree, and as soon as I look at it, read it, and I'll send you your peer review. Or did you say you emailed or?
Ma'am.
Did you email already, or I mean, you posted yet, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have
So,
a post. Yeah.
Sheree, I was looking at yours. I would say whenever on page 15, whenever you talk about according to Ubin and those other authors, just make sure that you include the year of the
Okay.
publication right
Okay.
out.
Okay. So right after their names or right after the sentence?
I think it's based on how you do it. Like, is it a direct quote?
No, it is not a direct quote. I pretty much paraphrased it. So should I still put the page? I mean, the year, be on the safe side?
I think you would still put the year.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you got to put the page number. You got to
Okay.
do the year and the page number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
After the sentence, correct?
No, you got to put it
No,
within the sentence,
yeah, it would be.
before
I
the
think,
period.
yeah.
Right before the period?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But
And
I think that is very well written. You were very clear.
now my page numbers, don't they supposed to go at the top?
I put it at the top.
Top
I mean,
left, correct?
I started to
right.
write all the tasks
Right.
different.
Top right.
Top
Mhm.
right.
Okay. Okay.
And there was one part of yours that I was reading. For the most part, you refer to yourself as like the candidate or the educators, but at one point, you referred to you all as we. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to locate it. I just don't remember where I saw it.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
I do remember typing that up. So I will definitely go back in and change that.
Do y'all know in the meetings when he keep talking about stand out like a sore thumb? Do y'all remember he keeps saying that? You shouldn't put that in your paper, like your opinion, stand out like a sore
Yeah,
thumb.
I got a couple of those. Like I had to take out like the opinions.
I had that too. He's talking about my paper. I'm like, really?
Well, see, I've had a lot of personal things, like when I was describing the people for the when I created the PLC, and I was saying that so and so is energetic, and I'll give my personal opinion, and I'm like, okay, so I had to go back and kind of tweak that up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, my first two was a lot of opinions, but then when I read over, I was like, yeah, he's right. Because I
yeah,
have my own opinion about this PLC situation, but
I'm still working on tweaking things and adjusting things as well.
Yeah. Sheree, I would say maybe something else that you could include in yours would be to show them more how you are the teacher leader, because I think you said that you were still a classroom teacher.
Uh-huh.
So I would say show them how you're taking charge of this PLC,
Okay.
because whenever you state like your goals and the roles of everyone,
Uh-huh.
it's not really quite clear how you stand out from the rest of the teachers
Okay.
as far as what you'll do to help lead this PLC.
Okay. Okay. I certainly will. I will change that up.
yeah, I have to do Jamie's, right?
Yes.
Okay, so as soon as I hear from her, I will get Jamie's peer review
Okay.
stuff.
Then I want another quick question. I'm not still getting a grade on my peer reviews. Not peer reviews, but the Zoom sessions. But I have
Have
submitted.
you been submitting the link?
Yes.
All you do is submit the conference link, the YouTube link.
I've done that, but I have not gotten a grade on either one of mine.
Oh, it's okay. She'll get to it.
Yeah, I think the only one that I've gotten a grade for were the one we did with the case studies so far, but I have submitted the links as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's the grade I got for case studies. I wasn't participating, but I added my own with the link. and she had given me a grade, but I'm sure she'll get to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a question about like the short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals and objectives for task 4. Like, how thorough were we supposed to be with those? Because I think that I just listed mine out in like bullet form.
For me, I just kind of I didn't even have the midterm kind of goal. I just did the short term, because really with what we do with my particular PLC, there's really no midterm goal. It's just
Right. I mean, like, especially at like this point of the school year, this is technically like
Yeah.
right.
mid. But
But I think from what Dr. Pickard said, there's not like a right or wrong
mhm.
answer. So I think whatever you feel and whatever is directed towards your school, your students,
Okay.
I don't think there's like, because all of us will have something completely different. I
Right.
think that, oh, well, I need to do mine like yours or whatever. I think it's just that open.
Yeah, and that's where I guess my confusion comes in, because I felt like task 4 was very redundant. Everything that I was writing for the
Yeah.
goals and objectives and the activities, I
Yeah.
found trying to put in that chart for the action plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. So
Now,
so
when
is,
our next Zoom meeting, are we gonna
so
have
do
it?
we have to do the case studies next, or we have to do the task 5 and then peer reviews and then case study?
I thought there was no peer
Really
review for
when
5.
case studies. We can technically do those whenever. So I know Tawanda mentioned one week just knocking it out of the way. So
Yeah.
that really seemed to be the easy part.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cases, and it's good. We can get
For task 5, it said there is no peer reviews,
okay, good.
no peer review or Zoom session required for task 5.
Oh, that's even better.
And
Yeah.
then what we on week 7? So week 8, when is spring break?
Not soon enough.
I
I'm
was hoping it's
my gosh. Because during spring break, I'm really going to be able to tweet what, because right now you're just trying to stay afloat.
Mm-hmm.
we see spring break for us, but it's like spring break for work is still on, so it's not
Yeah.
like
It says week of March 12th.
Oh, that's great. That's
That-
great. That's next week.
that's next week.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes. Woof.
Not this week, the following week. So
Following.
so this week we just gotta do the task 5 and Zoom reviews.
No Zoom review.
No Zoom.
No, I'm saying for task 4.
Yeah, but no, there's really no review besides what your peer review that you're gonna submit. Because what I'm about to upload, it will go into our our task 4 draft Zoom review, your
Okay.
conference link. So as soon as this ends, I upload it and send you the link.
So
Okay.
we'll just add with the task for peer reviews. Okay. And I'll wait for James to get it done.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
All right. You're welcome. Y'all have a great week.
Week.
All right.
You too.
Keep in touch on group message. All right. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.